Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Hey, look. Clarissa Shields and Laila Ali. I'm looking at the timing, right? And of course, I think it's ridiculous for Clarissa to call out Laila Ali. But I also think it's a little bit odd, now that I'm sitting here kind of mulling over the whole situation, for Laila Ali to just decide she wants to create an Instagram page, create a YouTube channel, and talk about Clarissa Shields. Now, why hasn't she done this before? Now, I'm just kind of timelining everything. It's been a few years of Clarissa Shields and just talking about Laila. And Laila Ali, it says, if the money's right, Laila's there every day, every night. And then Laila Ali, fast forward a couple years, and she says, hey, don't even talk to me unless 15 to 20 million to get me to just think about it. Clarissa Shields comes up with 15 million, all right? You know, her and Pat, who's me and Pat, yeah. So somehow they come up with the 15 million. And now what we're doing now is we're having a conversation. We're going to speculate. We're going to assume. We're going to predict and dialogue. I suspect Laila Ali said, all right, I've been out this game for going on 20 years. Her last professional fight was in 2007. And I think she said, you know what? I'm not really trying to get in the ring with this Clarissa Shields. But I think she looked at Clarissa Shields' last fight at the weigh-in where Clarissa looked, you know, let me see if I can just show you, look out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all something here. I'm about to show you, where is it? I might as well show y'all this when I'm doing it, okay? So let's see, Clarissa Shields, let's do this. Oh, right here, let's see if we can get this one. Where is that one? I know where I can find. Oh, this is it. This is it right here. Let me see. Let me see something. It was this. Let me see if I can get the actual image. Okay. So let me go to the most toxic place in the world, and I'll pull it up with the quickness. That's Twitter, which is very toxic. Let me see something here. She tripping. They're bringing up, you got to be careful on Twitter, boy. You'll type something up here and Twitter start pulling up porn and all kind of shit. So I don't want to show y'all none of that crap. Where is it? I know I got videos of the crap. While this is doing its thing, I might as well go to my channel while I'm doing this. Anyway, I think she saw those images of Clarissa Shields, and Laila Ali was like, yo, I could get her. I can get her. Because she didn't look in the best of shape. Is it that one? Maybe I did. Oh, YouTube Shorts. Maybe I got it here somewhere. Clarissa Shields. Maybe she saw Clarissa Shields looking crazy, and she said, "Yo, that chick is out of shape. I can get her." I want to show you all this. Everything. Oh, here we go. Show everything. Every time I pull it up, it's taking me all over the place. But whatever. I'm about to leave this alone because I done wasted about goddamn 2 minutes, and I don't like wasting time at all. So, yeah, it's showing everything but that on here. But anyway, Clarissa Shields. She came out there and showed off her body, right? And even I was like, yo, she looks a little bit. Here's one of them. But this ain't the one. But I'll show you this right here. Okay. The bottom line is, Laila Ali is looking and she's seeing stuff like this right here. Clarissa Shields. Big old butt, thighs and everything, and just not looking. She doesn't have a streamlined physique. And I think what happens, Clarissa, is Laila Ali looked and said, "Yo, this chick is not in the best of shape." She didn't look that great. Clarissa didn't look great in her last fight, and I think she's like, "Yo, 15 million they came up with." And I don't know this, but again, it's just a conversation. I think because she said there have been people who have reached out to her. Sounds like in the past. But I have a feeling there's some more people who may have reached out to her about a fight with Clarissa Shields, and there may be even more money in that pot for Laila Ali. Now, in order to make this fight happen, to me, someone needs to be deemed the A side. You can't make me believe Laila Ali is going to be cool with Clarissa Shields being the A side. Now, the Clarissa Shields contingent, they're going to argue that Clarissa Shields is the A side, that Laila Ali is not the A side. Now, I would argue that they're wrong. Let me tell you something. There's two things here that prove true. Clarissa Shields and Laila Ali complement each other, and the two of them together could probably result in the biggest money fight in female boxing ever. And the record probably won't be broken ever because of just the fact that it's Laila Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, coming out of retirement to face the quote-unquote best female boxer ever. So it's a battle of the queendom. So how much money could there be on the table? I don't know. But I do believe for Laila Ali, Turkey al-Sheikh is in the house. You know, when Turkey's in the house, every day is Thanksgiving. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow this fight has fumbled its way over to somebody who can fund it and pay the kind of money that Laila Ali would want. Now, I understand Clarissa Shields is current champion, undisputed in multiple weight divisions. Probably in the weight division she goes to, she can probably beat everybody in every weight division. Don't know how much weight she can cut to get down, if she can get down to 147, 154. But the bottom line is, I understand when some people say, Clarissa Shields should be the A side. I understand that. But I just think it doesn't matter about where you are presently in the sport of boxing when you're going up against the Ali last name. No matter whether you want to or not, you probably will have to take a back seat and be the B side, especially when you're the one who wants to fight. Laila Ali doesn't need to fight and doesn't seem like she really cares much about it, but she ain't a fool either. She ain't gonna walk away from no Wu-Tang Cream cha-ching ching $20, $30 million payday. She ain't gonna run from that. So this is where you gotta have cool heads prevail and to be able to sit down and talk to Clarissa, who's an emotional wreck at times, and say, listen, it's time for you to remain reticent. Stop misplacing your self-government and listen for once. You want to fight. We got to fight. But there are some things that we got to work through, and you just got to understand you need to take a back seat to her demands to get her in the ring, and all you got to do is defeat her. So if she wants to walk first, let her walk first. If she wants the red corner, let her have the red corner. You know, whatever demand she's going to make, you just have to sit back and let her be the A side, because really, Clarissa Shields is younger. You would think her reflexes should be better. Her anticipation, her unpredictability, her explosiveness, her footwork, everything on Clarissa Shields, she's in her early 30s, 30-year-old, 31, 32-year-old female boxer should be much better than a 40-plus-year-old retired Laila Ali. So this is where people are going to say Clarissa Shields is putting duck sauce on the fried rice. If all of a sudden Laila says, I'll fight you, but then Clarissa says, no, I ain't fighting her. She pulls a Shakir Stevenson, Devin Haney. Shakir Stevenson didn't want to fight Devin Haney. He said, I know my worth. I ain't fighting him for no 75-25 split. But there were 4 belts on the line. Shakir Stevenson had 1 fight, 4 belts, and he chose to not fight Devin Haney because he wanted more than 25%. I understand that. But it's the opportunity. So Shakir will never get that opportunity again. Now, Clarissa Shields, she cannot afford for this ship to sail away. If Laila Ali comes and says, I'll fight you, but, and she lists out what her demands are going to be and what she expects, you know, and of course there'll be some negotiating. I mean, you get what you negotiate. But I think Clarissa Shields needs to have somebody else negotiate on her behalf. I can't see Clarissa Shields in no goddamn negotiating room. She'll probably want to have Papoose there, because it just seems to be a certain level of comfort she get from having him around. But she's got to sit back and figure some things out. She really does. And this thing about the A side and who's bringing the money to the table, let me tell you something. These nickel and dimers who Clarissa Shields is fumbling around with, if Laila Ali decides to take this fight, you better believe, man, there's going to be some huge machines, institutions that are going to be behind her and who may want to put the money up. And that could take all the thunder and leverage away from Clarissa Shields, because now they're like, okay, you guys are talking what? We doing this. And we're not going to do no pay-per-view or nothing. It's going to be flat rates. This is what you get. You negotiate your shit. This is what Laila gets. And I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi got involved. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I'm just saying, for me, it just seems like there's a chance there have been some preliminary discussions about Laila Ali and Clarissa Shields fighting. I'm just looking at the timing. Clarissa's back in training. She comes and says, Shadesha Green, I'll fight you. I'm going to cut weight. I'm going to fight these other girls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's like, okay, all that sounds good. Then at the same time, Amanda Serrano says, I'm distancing myself from Clarissa Shields. She's too toxic. I'm just trying to spread love. All she does is be negative and break me down. I don't want to deal with that no more. Then Laila Ali comes out at the same time and says, it's time for me to kind of defend myself. And I'm like, damn, what are the chances that all 3 of these videos and Twitter posts all happen the same damn day? Y'all don't find that odd? So yeah, I do kind of think that there may be a chance that, you know, all of us are being played right now, because that Laila Ali and Clarissa Shields, maybe somewhere, somehow, there are some preliminary talks and some things have been agreed to about a possible fight. And this could be why Laila Ali is kind of out here doing what she's doing. It looks like promotion to me. Now that I step back and, you know, kind of just allow myself to think things through, it looks to me like this is promotion. Why would Laila Ali come out here on Instagram and YouTube and create channels and talk about this shit? This don't seem like promotion to y'all? That's what it seems like to me. So is it promotion? I think so. Does it mean that you're promoting the fight that's going to happen? Not necessarily, but it's promotion. Because she didn't have to give Claressa Shields the time of the day. She didn't have to say nothing about Claressa Shields, but she chose to. Anyway, let's see what direction this goes. Because Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford kind of went back and forth and blaming this person, blaming that person. Is it the fighters? Is it the promoters? And Crawford all of a sudden takes a fight with Evanescence. Then next thing you know, you find out that they were close to making the fight, and all of a sudden it gets made. Now Clarissa Shields talking about taking a fight with Shadesha Green. There's a little bit of back and forth between her and Laila Ali, and Laila Ali is like, I don't need her, I'm retired. She's not saying she's not going to fight her. She's not saying she is going to fight her. And next thing you know, we may mess around and get an announcement. But I'm telling you what, I want to know how much Laila Ali making. Because one thing for sure, this shit with Clarissa Shields is out here trying to pull this move of, you wanted 15 million, we'll give you 15 million. I'm the A side, then I'll get whatever I'm getting. You don't need to know that. That shit for sure will immediately dismantle negotiations. So if in fact they've made some kind of progress, you better believe all the financials have been disclosed. And as far as a purse split, I mean, what's fair? 50-50? Really, Laila Ali's name is the one selling this fight. Now, for some of the people from the hood, y'all probably think Claressa Shields is selling this fight. Clarissa ain't selling this damn fight. Laila Ali's selling the fight. Somebody's like, okay, what happens if Laila Ali comes back and she fights for nobody? Ain't gonna be no 15 million on the table. How you know that, Mick Nicholas? How you know that? Soothsayer. Now, with Claressa Shields, if she comes out and fights her next fight against a nobody, she gonna make 15 million? She's the GOAT, she's the champ, she's the active fighter. She gonna make 15 million? No, she's not. Now, if she fights back home in Michigan, she keep getting a proper turnout, well, Claressa Shields' fight purse could be quite handsome. It ain't gonna be no 15 million. So in my opinion, Laila Ali could come back and fight in Vegas. And I think Laila Ali could come back and make a lot more money than Claressa Shields. That's what I believe. But I do think two of them fighting each other elevate both of their fight purses. And I think there'll be probably 10 times as much money on the table if they fight each other than they both just go shoot some random opponent. Now, that's just my opinion. But, that being said, let's see what happens. Now, what I am curious about is if Laila Ali decides to come back and fight Claressa Shields. Laila Ali says she's been in the gym. She stays in the gym. She stays training. Damn, is Laila Ali going to go Al Capone, gangster all the way? And just come out of retirement and just walk straight into a fight, directly into a fight with Claressa Shields? I think that'd be amazing. Especially if she does that and she beats her. That shit would be crazy, wouldn't it? But I think Laila Ali, man, Claressa Shields has got fast hands and she's aggressive, but I just think her being 5'8", Laila Ali 5'10", Laila Ali got heavy hands, she can hit hard, she can fight, she's not going to quit. I just think it becomes an interesting fight, especially Laila Ali has IQ and everything. Although she's 44, or she's 40-something years old, who knows if all of a sudden the middle rounds, they're both still in there, and Claressa Shields gasses too. She's got some explosiveness, but she ain't got the power. All of a sudden, man, I'm telling you, I don't think anybody should write Laila Ali off. I think Claressa Shields should be very careful because all that GOAT shit gonna go out the window. She loses to Laila Ali, and I'm telling you, if it goes to a decision, that's where it's even more dangerous. The real danger here is those judges. So hope Claressa Shields know what she may have talked herself into, because I don't think that shit is gonna end up in her favor at all. She better be careful. Anyway, we'll find out, man, if they've been playing us or not, but I think it's interesting because Laila Ali just came out here and all of a sudden, Start talking about Clarissa Shields. Don't make sense to me, man. But anyway, more to come. We predict, we speculate, we assume, we dialogue, and we predict. That's what you do when you come to talking about anything, right? It's a conversation. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.